Today I'm going to share some stories with some girls, with some women, some stuff that happened on semen retention. So, the main lesson I want to talk about today is going to be self-respect, because on semen retention you're going to attract different kinds of different different kind of women, and you need to know how to deal with that. It's not always going to be perfect, and you need to know when it's right to back away. You know, as you're gonna see in these stories, some of these girls I liked, but I had to back away because of self-respect. I didn't want to break my values. Some stuff happened, and sometimes you just gotta back away. So I want to share these stories. So the first story is with a girl I met in Mexico. So I was in Mexico during the winter, and I can't lie, I got with a few girls. Now that's not my goal anymore. I didn't break my semen retention. I didn't sleep with any girls, but still, kissed into some stuff, and that might not have been necessary. But I'm still gonna tell you the story. So the first girl, I kind of vibed with. You know, um, we spent a lot of time together. It was just for a few days, but she was older. She was mature. I'm 20. She was 25. I liked her. I like I said, I was with other girls during that trip, but I thought of that girl because she told me that she was moving to my hometown. After her travels, she was moving to my hometown for work. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. I thought I would see her again because she was cool. We got along. So eventually, we stayed in touch a bit, and I saw her a few times. In Montreal, in my hometown. We had coffee together, and then we went rock climbing another time. Then we had something to eat. But the point is, I spoke with her. I'm like, okay, well, what do you see with this? I think you're cool. There's some potential with this. Well, before that, I just asked, well, were you with any other guys during your trip in Mexico? Like after me, did she get with any other guys? And she pretty much answered with obviously. She said obviously. And I was like, kind of like, damn, obviously? Like, you got with guys like that? And basically, I was like, okay, that ain't really, what I want to hear. And then when I tell her, like, where do you see this going, etc. And she says basically that she doesn't want to be in a relationship. She was in a relationship for a long time, and she wants to see other guys and stuff. So basically, like, I could keep being friends with her and like hook up and stuff, but she'll be getting with other dudes, or I can back away. That was pretty much the situation I was in. And it wasn't super easy, Um, but basically, what I ended up saying was, okay, well, let's just be friends, but like, as in, like, actual friends and not like nothing else, because, to me, it's kind of like going against my values, going against my own. It's a lack of self-respect if I'm with a girl and she's getting with other guys. That's kind of fucked up. And I want to share this because I know a lot of guys would still do it and they wouldn't give a shit. But you gotta take care of yourself. You gotta see, like, okay, is this good for my soul? Like, do I need to be doing this? So basically, I said, whatever, we can just be friends. That's how it ended up, and I haven't seen her since. So yeah, it's better to back away in those situations. But moving on to the next story, because I think the second one is it's a juicier story. It's interesting, and it's more recent. It's fresh. It's quite heavy, but let me go ahead and share. So where I currently work is in a restaurant which is across the street from my parents' store, which is a clothing store. So during my breaks, I would go eat. I would take something from the restaurant and I'd go eat at my parents' store. And I met one of the workers there that works for my parents, and it's this girl, and at first we talk a bit, and then I'm coming quite often, because I'm working almost every day, and we start talking, we get along, and we really hit it off. I vibe with this girl, and I see we connect like on a spiritual level. I see that we have a connection, and we have a lot of things in common, and these are things I look for in a girl, and that I don't really see very often. So I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And I can see that she likes me as well. So I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. And I threw a party at my place last Saturday. I invited her, nothing happened. We just spoke a bit, and it was a good time. So just to like follow up on the progress. And then the next time I saw her at work, when I came to go see her, I don't know, we got in these like super deep conversations, and I ended up staying like a few hours with her the whole afternoon. And then after work, we kept hanging out together. We grabbed like a slice of pizza. We did this, we did that. We went to the park, and we're at the park and we're laying down. We're getting close to each other and kind of cuddling, just in the park, and still having conversations, everything, having a good time, good vibes. Eventually, I bring her home. Well, I accompany her home, and as we say bye, we kiss. Like, we actually like French kiss. And I'm like, okay, so far so good. I like this girl. There's some progress and stuff, and I want to keep seeing her. Then I see her the next day at work. Whatever. I didn't have much time. We just spoke a bit, and the next day in the morning, I'm at work, and she texts me basically saying, hey, I know this is really immature, but I have a boyfriend. I'm like, oh. Plot twist, you were not expecting that. So, I'm like, what the fuck? So my first reaction is like, okay, well, I don't know, maybe she hasn't been with her boyfriend for a long time. I don't know, maybe they're about to break up. Maybe she'll get with me after. I was kind of just coping. I was trying to find a way in which this was okay, or in which like I could forgive her for this. And basically, I didn't have much information, so she wrote a long message, and I basically said, okay, we'll just talk about it in person. So I think the next day I spoke with her in person, and I basically found out it was pretty cooked, that she had been with her boyfriend for like a year and a half. She also said that she liked him still, and I mean, she also said she liked me, but anyways, she said she liked the guy. She said he cheated on her like twice. And I'm like, okay, this is where I realized, man, this girl was really cool. This girl was really cool, Apart from this shit, she was really cool. I liked her a lot. This fucking sucks, And I had to back away, You gotta back away in these situations. You gotta, once again, show some self-respect, because I don't know, I could have tried some bullshit and still get with her, but what would have been the point, At that point, it's like, at first, once again, I was like, okay, well, let's just be friends. But, it's just been so weird. Like, it's kind of a betrayal to her boyfriend, but also to me, by not, she said that she didn't mention her boyfriend to me on purpose. So, yeah, shit like that happens. And at first, I was like, okay, we can just be friendly with each other, but nothing more. So we were friendly the next day at work, but then I'm like, nah, this is just wrong. This is off. So I basically told her, hey, I don't want to be involved with you anymore. I spoke with my friends, the people I trust the most, what I'm closest with. And pretty much they said, yeah, I mean, you got to cut her off, like, that's fucked up. So I told her I didn't want to be involved with her anymore, and, she understood. And yeah, it goes to show that, sometimes you like somebody, sometimes, stuff happens, and you gotta be willing to let go, because if you don't, you're only gonna cause yourself harm and the other person harm. And it can be difficult if you like that person. And I didn't even know this girl for a long time, but, you know, I still had a connection with her. And yeah, the moral of the story is on semen retention, you will attract different kinds of women. You will have different experiences. But at the end of the day, no matter what, respect yourself and know when to back away. This is a pretty long video. It's pretty late at night. I'm going to head to bed. But I hope you found this interesting. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.